Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Hello, I'm Ray Bergia and my wife Jeannie.
And we just want to say congratulations to the beautiful Performing Arts Center at Cal Poly
For 20 years of great entertainment.
We've had such a wonderful time here, and we're so pleased to have worked here and served this theater and met all the wonderful people who both come here to enjoy the entertainment as well as the volunteers who work here. And we're just so grateful to be a part of all of this.
Hi, I'm Jan Piper. I'm thrilled to be a part of the celebration of 20 years of the PAC. I go back quite a few years of ushering, and I have wonderful memories of ushering. But I go back even further when I worked for Cal Poly, and I ushered at the Little Theater before there was a PAC. My boss, Warren Baker, was out raising money with the state and the community to build this wonderful place, and they did an amazing job. It's just a beautiful building. And for me, it feels like I'm still being a small part of Cal Poly by ushering. So thank you, PAC, and congratulations on 20 years.
Hey, I'm Wanda Mathis, and I've enjoyed volunteering at the PAC for 15 years with my daughter Cindy Mills.
And I'm a Cal Poly grad, and I volunteered here for 20 years. Congratulations, PAC. Yay!
I'm Virginia Rohde. I have been ushering for many, many years. I've enjoyed all of our patrons that come in, the children that get to see the wonderful shows. One of them that I loved was our Broadway show Cats, Stomp, and also the Beach Boys. I've enjoyed the friendships, many wonderful people through the community that we have ushered over the years. We really would like to thank Nancy Cochran. She has been a wonderful support for us and takes care of us ushers, and of course we do like all the technicians and everybody who works in our performing arts. It just makes it really wonderful.
I'm Ann Aronson. I was privileged to be invited to serve on the first steering committee. I met the most fabulous, wonderful, lifelong, cherished friends. It gave us the opportunity as steering committee members to be the first ushers for the first show. It was exciting. It was nerve-wracking, but I liked it well enough that I continued to usher for 14 more years.
I'm Don Aronson, and I got trained to be an usher at the Little Theater below here that's now the Spanos Theater. So when this beautiful place was built, I was able to get grandfathered in. And literally, now that I'm a grandfather and a great-grandfather, I feel even more like this is a home where I belong. One of the highlights that I see here is every time I come here, I get an injection of beauty from the outside, the inside, and then the performance. Every time I'm here, I get to see the expression on the people's faces after they leave the performance. And that is another injection of beauty that I will cherish.
Hi, I'm Claire Stroman. And several years ago, I had a life-changing experience. I had come to watch a piano player play a very difficult Rachmaninoff piece. I was scheduled to sit in a folding chair outside the exit door in gallery left. Well, I sat there, pity party Claire, for sure. But slowly I realized I could hear very well, even though I couldn't see a thing. I realized that I was part of that music more so than I would have been if I had been able to see. It has changed my life.
My name is Bill Fortin. I've had the pleasure of being one of the ushers for a long time. Interacting with the house managers and the patrons was one of the joys. I have to tell you, the performances were fantastic. I remember being here for B.B. King, and the highlight of that was a friend of mine, Guy Budd, who opened up for him, was just terrific, and it gave me great pleasure to see someone local to be on the bandstand opening for that big group. I'm very proud to have been able to volunteer for this organization, the Performing Arts Center, and it's just been my pleasure.
Soon after I started working at this great Performing Arts Center, one thing that I've always remembered was we were having our meeting with the ushers, and the star of the show came down while we were having our meeting. And he explained to us that our attitude in seating the patrons set the tone of the show. And if they were having a good time, the show would be a success. So I always remembered that as I was seating people. Not too long after that, a couple came. I was seating them. They weren't having a very good evening, rather grouchy people. We were to suggest to them that they move to the center of the row that they selected. And I explained this to the couple. And then I also explained to them that it was one of the evenings that we didn't have a lot of programs, and would they mind sharing? After I gave them all these instructions, the gentleman turned to me and said, "Well, lady, do you have any more instructions for me?" And so I said, "Yes, I do, sir. I want you to really have a great evening and enjoy the show." And he couldn't help but smile. So I knew that it was important that we set the tone for the evening.
It's my 20th year with the PAC, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. It's just a wonderful place. And the shows are so varied that anybody can enjoy. And you can learn, and you can laugh, and you can cry. Willie Nelson, and after he left, we found an empty bottle of Jack Daniels in about the third row. Not good, and then we get the Russian ballet, which is glorious. And it's just wonderful amusement, wonderful entertainment, and I've enjoyed it so much that I just can't stay away.
We were born and raised in Minnesota and grew up listening to the Beach Boys all the time. We wanted to move to California to go surfing.
But we got to see the Beach Boys when we ushered for them at the PAC.
Up at the lake cabin, I'd listen to my little transistor radio for hours, listening to the band Chicago.
And we got to usher for them twice at the PAC.
Now, don't you forget about Garrison Keeler, and he came here and did a Prairie Companion show and talked about Lake Wobegon in Minnesota.
Oh, you betcha, don't you know?
What a great 20 years. Happy anniversary, Performing Arts Center.
And thank you.
My name is BJ Blake, and I've been an usher and floor captain for 15 years. My name was on the waiting list for 6 years. Each year in September, I'd call Nancy Cochran to ask if there was an opening. Each year she said no, until 2001, when she said yes. Since then, I've made many PAC friends and also lost a few. Bob Young and I worked together on the PAC Facts newsletter. We covered important events like the summer barbecues hosted by Pam and Terry Clark. In December, Carol West hosted another get-together for a holiday gift exchange. The installation of the pipe organ in 2007, donated by Bert and Candace Forbes, was another big story.
Hi everybody, I'm Leonard Milstein. I've been here for 20 years now. And I came here, I looked at the facility and I said, what a great place. A multi-million-dollar place for a college campus. I'm in. Having been in theater most of my life from the performance side of it, I thought this would be great. The experience has been wonderful. The people have been marvelous. I've made lifelong friends here. Not only in the community, but personally, and I've enjoyed every minute.
We don't do this for the recognition, so we were surprised and very pleased one day to see in the San Luis paper a letter to the editor recognizing the two of us were being hospitable and pleasant and happy people.
Well, and we've been patron of the PAC for many years, and we've been able to see many wonderful national and international shows. But we have found through ushering at student shows that we have a wonderful group of young people in our community and here at Cal Poly that are very talented, and we feel very fortunate that we are able to support them as they develop their talents as we usher at their events.
Hi, my name is Jean Heidechek, and I have been part of the PAC family for over 20 years. And I just want to say thank you to all the many people that helped make that happen. The years have gone by so quickly, but I look forward to many more. The PAC has been one of the best things that has ever happened to San Luis Obispo. Happy anniversary!
It has been a pleasure for me to be an usher at the PAC. I have a memory of about 20 years ago when we received our first SOS. They were desperate for ushers for a very unlikely sounding program. The house was dark, it was perfectly quiet, and we heard the sound of a tic-tac container beating out a rhythm, followed by a push broom and a second push broom, and it progressed from there. And I think I've never been so entertained in my life. Stomp came back to the PAC several times after that. And of course we knew what to do, which was to, get on the list. Happy birthday to the PAC, which is the most beautiful theater in America. And congratulations to everybody.
Hello, my name is Karen Weber. I am one of the almost 20-year ushers here at the PAC. It's been my pleasure, privilege, and joy to have been here all these years. Last year I got the Spirit Award, which this year will be passed on to someone else, and for being extraordinary usher. And as I explained to everyone else, the only way I even came close to getting this is because of the extraordinary people I work with. One of the other things that I really loved is that my claim to fame, and I even had it blown up. 4 of us carried in 767 pieces of our pipe organ, and that was a very cool day.
Hi, my name is Charlene West. 20 years of being an usher at the PAC has been an amazing journey. In the beginning, I was so thrilled to see shows for free. I was greedy and here for 12 to 15 shows each quarter. The holiday season many years ago, I was ushering for an afternoon performance of The Messiah. My name, along with names of several patrons, was drawn out of a hat, chosen to go on stage with the choir. Carol West took me backstage to put on a choir robe. Then I was standing on a riser, looking out at the orchestra and the conductor and the audience looking back at me. Although I did not sing the alto part of the Messiah terribly well, I did sing it enthusiastically. I was floating several inches above my riser. I left the Performing Arts Center that day with the music still in my head. Outside was a perfect winter sunset. Wonderful memory. Thank you, Performing Arts Center.
My name is Mary Ann Madison, and I am almost ready to receive my 20-year pin. Jackson Browne was a relative unknown. He had presented some concerts, but was thrilled when I got to see him at the PAC. And sometime during the course of the evening, Nan asked if there was anybody that was willing to stay afterwards to kind of take people out to meet Jackson Browne. And I said, oh yay, that's me. I was amazed. People had come from Hawaii, from Alabama, from San Francisco, all over the place to see him. Before that event, I guess it was my impression that most people went to San Francisco or Los Angeles for big concerts, but here they were all coming to San Luis Obispo to our PAC.
Vote for radical change. You 20-year veterans, it's time to rebel against being a penguin. Out with black and white. Time for passionate pink. Hot legs purple. Add some glisten and glitter for our patrons. Brighten their lives. Down with black and white. It's time our 20-year veterans rebelled. Let's add some pizzazz to the PAC. I'm Norma Whiteman, and I endorse this message.
Hi y'all, I'm Hank, and I retired a while ago, and I was looking for something to fill up my time, and thank God I found the PAC. I've had 10 years of fabulous concerts, opera, lectures, theater. And you know what? Besides that, I got the chance to work with Nancy and all of the other incredible house managers. I just thank God almost every day that I found the PAC and that it's added such a dimension to my life.
This has been a wonderful 20 years of our experience being ushers. I want to put to rest a rumor that when we first were interviewed by Nancy Cochran, Nancy felt my pulse and then approved my being an usher. That's not true. We went through a very thorough interview, a lot of great training and exposure to other ushers who had the same mission, which is basically, as it has been, to make our patrons feel really comfortable and support them in getting the most out of the evening. I want to thank the PAC for the wonderful experience that they've given us. Every time we show up for a new event on our schedule, it's like the PAC is renewed for us. And we never stop having that original feeling that we had when we came to Usher the first time. Thank you so much for this experience.